Good evening. I am here to share with you the week 2 walkthrough to go over the assignments and things that are due. I am at home right now and I do have my children, so you may hear some noises in the background, or my granddaughter may decide to put her hand in front of the screen, but bear with me. Let me share my screen and we will get started. So remember that when you come to the home page, I will change it to the week 2 overview. That would make sense. Let's see, let's do that so that it makes sense. Week 2. Get to see all the behind the scenes there. Use this front page. You having fun playing your game? Yeah. All right, so when you come to the home page, it will bring you to any announcements that have been recently posted, and then it will take you to the lesson, the learning outcomes overview for week 2. So week 2, we are talking about family structures and culture, as well as developmental theories. So for the first part, these are the learning outcomes. And here is the lesson on cultural and family influences on growth and development. Again, if you click on that, it will take you to the lesson. Learning outcomes, there's the goal. Here's the reading for the week. This is in the web page that you go to, as well as this one. And then this is the PDF. And so when you look through here, these are the chapters to be familiar with, talking about family, parenting, how children learn and understand in their world. There's also a PowerPoint similar to the ones from week 1 on family influences on growth and development. Again, these were done several years ago, but they're still relevant. And then we can move to the cultural influences. There's no audio on these. I'm not talking through them. You can just kind of follow through the slides, which should pop up. There we go. And pay attention to the that's a wrap slides, which are the end slides that tell you really the things that you need to know. And then you have your assignments. So let's look through the key terms. So remember that for the key terms, you can find the definitions in the lesson. You can also look them up online, but you want to make sure that those resources are credible sources. Make sure that you either cite with the definition and then provide a reference at the bottom, or I have been letting students just put the reference after each definition. I just need to know from where you've gotten your definition, and that is worth 20 points. And then if we go back to the module, I'll add links to take you back to the module. If we continue through our overview, that was the family influences and culture and the lesson. Let's go back to the lesson. Right, we went through the reading, went through the PowerPoints, the assignments. We're going to do an activity called Beliefs and Values activity, which will take us here. Talking about what are your core beliefs and values and which ones define you. And so there's a list of words. You're supposed to put 10 values in order of importance to you, and then write a reflection that includes your thoughts on this activity and what you learned about yourself. And it tells you to turn in one paper that includes your top 10 in order of most importance, least lesser importance, and your reflection. And it comes in a doc, or you can just go down the list. It's kind of sort of alphabetical, but not really. And you're choosing 10 of those and thinking about what's really important to you. What are your beliefs and values? We talk about that in the cultural lesson. And it's also important to know that when you are in the healthcare field and the healthcare profession, in understanding what's important to you and being able to understand what's important to other people and recognize that as well. So if we go back, we can go back to the overview again. And then we move on to, let's see, we should finish that page, which includes the reading assignments. And we keep on going down, and here is the discussion for the week. There's also some supplemental videos to watch. So it'd be interesting to know what your thoughts are once you see the video. Might be a good quiz question. And then let's look at the week 2 discussion, cultural considerations. So remember that your initial post is due by Wednesday at midnight, and then the replies, responses to 2 classmates, 2 peers are due on Sunday. You need to wait until after Wednesday at midnight to respond to your peers. The reason that I do that is so that all students have an opportunity to get their post in, their initial post in, and then have other students respond to it. If people could respond right away, then only the first couple people that put their initial post up would have responses. And really this needs to be a discussion, a back and forth. And so if a student asks a question, then go ahead and reply back to it and have a back and forth discussion. And so for this discussion, we're looking for barriers to accessing healthcare. That's something that you learned a little bit about in the first week. And then so you're going to reflect on a situation that you personally have encountered when facing a cultural barrier surrounding healthcare. So these are some suggestions: language, lack of health insurance, knowledge deficit, reluctance to question the healthcare provider, adherence to old cultural practices, or maybe something else that's not on the list. And you want to choose one of those barriers, relate a personal experience that where you felt, where you experienced a barrier to your healthcare, or where you experienced helping another person overcome their barrier. A lot of times students will describe situations where they've helped a parent or a grandparent. And then how did that make you feel? How did those around you feel? How did you know? How could you tell? Can you think of any other potential cultural barriers surrounding healthcare that are not on the list? And why did you choose your specific example? And then you reply to your classmates, and then there are the guidelines, 1 to 2 paragraphs. And then the tips for success, which pretty much are the same. There's also some supplemental materials: overcoming cultural barriers, 7 steps to becoming a more culturally sensitive nurse. Also some new articles on a term called cultural compatibility that combines cultural competence with cultural humility. So those are kind of interesting. So that is the topic for your discussion for this week. Ooh, you have a new dress and a dog. Nice. My granddaughter's playing Roblox. Okay, so that would complete the lesson on culture and family influences. If we go back to the overview, again, the overview just gives you an overview. That's why you always want to go back to the modules. If we come down to lesson 2.3, this is the one that's talking about the developmental theories. Now, this particular part of the week is going to help you when writing your lifespan developmental paper, because this is where we talk about Piaget, Erikson, Kohlberg, as well as the developmental theorists from for middle adults, older adulthood, those types of things. So what you have, oh, we have the dog too. Hi, everybody's just here tonight. Yes. I don't know if they can see you or not. I'll just pet you. And so you have a PowerPoint that talks about developmental theories, again, made a few years ago. Your assignments and learning activities, the key assignments, which we went over, the beliefs and values activity, which we went over, the week 2 discussion on cultural considerations in healthcare. Remember also to conclude the communication styles activity, where you went to the Google Doc and added your name into the different categories. And then your group is supposed to get together to discuss and answer these questions. One person will then submit the assignment for the group, and then you will receive your grade. Okay, so let's go back to the modules, and we will go back to the overview, go down to theories of growth and development. So this is the lesson, again, that's really going to help you with your developmental paper. And as you scroll through here, it's going to give you readings to do in the at the web page in there, as well as developmental theories. So this is probably one of the most I want to say confusing most, there's the most information because there are so many different theories. And so it's giving you all these different types of theories that you need to know. It will take you either to a PDF that you can read just those particular pages if that's easier for you, or you can go to the actual website. So either way is fine, however you learn best. So there's Overstreet's talking about different defense mechanisms in Freud, excuse me, and then she'll continue through Erikson, Piaget, and the other theorists. Also, there is an assignment. It's technically it's a quiz, but it's not a quiz. It's not graded. So when you go into, hopefully it takes me, oh, it says it's locked. Let me try that again. Oops. I don't know why it keeps doing that. There we go. Get out of student view. Is Hyrie all tangled up? There we go. Thank you. There we go. And so it's not a quiz, it's review questions that go over child development theories, specifically Freud, Piaget, Erikson, and Kohlberg. And I'll show you where you can review the adult theorists in that lesson. And if there is going to be any adult theorists that might show up on the week 2 quiz, I will let you know that. No time limit, you have 2 attempts. It's worth 20 points. And basically it's multiple choice. And the answers are provided so that you can kind of quiz yourself to see if you really understand what the theorists are trying to get across. So we'll go back again to the overview. And I'll show you another way to work your way through the information. So there was the reading, there's the assignment, there's the PowerPoint. This is the important information. There's either there's videos as well as written information about all of the developmental theorists that you need to know or that you might find helpful. And I can also add, let's see, no, I have those in another lesson, so that's good. So for example, if we wanted to go to, let's say Piaget's cognitive development, my suggestion is just go straight through the list. What you'll have is you'll have a page that has a picture of the theorist. There's Jean Piaget. His theory has to do with cognitive development, and it will walk you through how he came up with it, what the different stages are. So for example, sensory motor stage, for those of you doing infants and toddlers, this is where you would focus. Pre-operational stage, so school-age children, preschoolers, school-age children, concrete operational stage, school-age children, and then formal operational stage is everybody beyond that age. And as you get to the bottom, this would be the who authored it. And then there are some different videos. Khan Academy has a video. These 2 videos at the bottom are actually watching some, doing some, not experiments, but experiments showing you the way children in these different stages think. And so it's kind of interesting to see that. I always love those. And then at the bottom, it will take you to the next theorist. So Kohlberg would be the next theorist, and he talks about moral development in different stages. And then at the bottom of the page, there's usually, there's a couple videos there, whichever ones you think might help you. And you basically just work your way through all of the pages to learn about the theorists who you will use later on in your developmental paper. The other way that you can look at all the information, that was an interesting noise, is to start with the week 2 module. So not even looking at the overview, if you don't care to, you can start with the first part of the lesson, which is cultural and family influences, and start with the lesson. It will take you right to the lesson. You have a link back to the module up there, and it's that same lesson page that we were looking with the reading assignments, the PowerPoints, the assignments that are associated with that particular topic. And if you click here, it will take you again back to the module. So you've done this part of the module, then you're going to go to theories and work through that lesson and do those assignments. Now, remember, moving forward, you've done the introduction now for your paper. So now it's going to be the draft of the body sections 1 and 2. So you can always go back to the guidelines. I can put a link there. And then this is actually the description for the body for section 1 and section 2. And you'll have peer reviews that you will work through to give feedback. And then this is the rubric for where the points are earned. And the peer reviews are worth 2 points each. So it'd be great to do those. You have resources here that show you, how do I know if I have a peer review to complete? And so this will take you to the Canvas guides, and it will show you in recent activity, it will show you that you have 3 peer reviews. Also under your to-do list, which is on that right-hand side, it will tell you right here, peer review for whatever the assignment is. You click on that and it will take you to the students, to the students' peer review, to their body sections 1 and 2. My goodness, that's a bit loud. That's okay. And then how to submit it. It tells you how to submit it. The peer reviews are anonymous. So I'll tell you how to do that. So it remains anonymous. They're assigned anonymously. And so you open the assignment, and then it will show you the reviews that you need to do, any that are assigned to you. So you go back to the assignment and you click on that person, and then you can complete the complete the feedback. You can, it will show you where to view the feedback. I'll get an example for you. I'll have one of the students volunteer, and we can go ahead and look at that later. I'll post that later. What you need to do though is you will see a rubric, and you need to fill out the rubric like as if you were grading it. So you would give points. There are 2 sections for peer reviews. Just go ahead and mark those as completed, the 2 points, assuming that everybody's going to do their peer reviews. And if you have feedback, go ahead and leave it in these little boxes under the points. Go ahead and leave comments here, because if you leave a comment there, it will not have your name attached to it. If you leave a comment in the comments section, in this box right here in the comments section, then your name is attached to it. So if you truly want to remain anonymous, go ahead and put any comments in these little boxes and complete the rubric. You can leave comments, but again, it generally will leave your if it doesn't include a rubric, but yours includes a rubric, so you should be good there. But again, you have those guides as resources here, as well as where you can find the feedback. And I think it's really helpful for students to do that. All right, so let's go back to modules. And we were in the week 2. We looked at the developmental paper draft. Here again is the reminder to do your initial post by July 7th. And then the peer responses are due by the 10th. We looked at the key terms. We looked at the beliefs and values activity. We looked at the developmental theories assignment. I will open the grading for that because it is an ungraded quiz, but we're having points for it. I will put it will show up in a different column. And then your quiz will appear later this week. And then you'll get a weekly summary at the end. So I know that was a little disjointed. I was just trying to show you 2 different ways to approach your the information that you need. So again, you can go through the overview, or you can, which I would suggest, because again, the overview just gives you an idea. I would work from the modules and start with the first one. When you finish with that one, go to the next one. Again, then it shows you your developmental paper, your discussions, and any assignments, as well as the quiz. So that was all that I have to share with you tonight. So hopefully that was helpful. If not, you guys are doing a great job in the chat. I see people in there. People are able to get a hold of me, which is great. I'm happy to walk you through anything or meet on a Zoom to do that. And I wish you a great week and a happy 4th of July. You want to say goodbye? There's the hand. Where's the hand? There's the hand up there. There's the hand. There we go. Okay, nice hand. That was good. All right, I will talk to you later this week.